Third Phase of Moon, Blake Cousins, live today, taking your calls from around the world. Our condolences to the families and people closely related to the victims over there in Paris. It seems that terrorists did their thing, what they do, scare people, kill people, innocents, and expect that we're going to stop doing what we're doing. The people need to be brave, whatever's going down in Paris over there. We hope that they get it under control. They capture the guys and punish them real bad. I mean bad for what they've done, whoever these guys are. It's not a good thing. This is Third Phase Moon live radio show. Our prayers out to Paris. We're going to be taking callers from around the world. We're going to be talking about the Los Angeles event. There's new videos that have come in. Again, just what happened over Los Angeles. Most people say it's a Trident missile that was launched off the Los Angeles coast. We're going to be speaking with eyewitnesses again and maybe other stories of people's close encounters with the extraterrestrials. Blake Cousins here, Third Phase Moon Radio. We'll be right back. Let's get to the calls. Right now they're building up. I've gotten a few videos in from Los Angeles and from around the United States this past week of unusual lights in the skies craft. Even imagine the size of a football field. We're posting it. People might say what they are, drones. I don't think these guys are drones, and if they are, they're drones that we've never seen before at Third Phase. As this past week, something's going down over the United States. Let's get to the first caller. We've got also lots of videos coming in, but let's get to area code 989 first. Welcome to the show. Hello. Area code 989, you there? I got some background. Okay, 989. We're going to have to get to some other callers. We're going to try 850. 850, you're live, Third Phase of Moon. Welcome to the show.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, got you. Welcome.
Hi, how's it going, man? I've been watching your videos for a while now, and I appreciate everything you do, man, and it's spectacular.
Hey, thanks a lot. Tell us about your UFO sighting.
All right, so back in July, I was laying in my bedroom, and I had the window open, to look at the stars and everything. And it was just a random night, just laying there, just trying to sleep. I have problems sleeping, so I'll just lay out and look at the stars. And I just noticed this V-shaped UFO. I'm talking actual V-shape. It's got 5 lights on it, just hovering. It comes over my woods. It must have been like 150 feet in the air. It was going like 10 miles an hour. This thing was just floating, gliding along, and it was spectacular to see this thing. But I froze in fear when I saw it. I didn't want to get out of my bed or anything, man. It scared me seeing something like that in our skies.
Wow.
Yeah, it's scary.
What it didn't make any noise, obviously. How big was this thing?
I would say if it landed in our neighborhood, it would crush all the houses. This thing was massive. Probably a good 200 feet long. No joke. This thing was big.
Did anybody think about did you have a camera on you? Did you manage to capture this at all, or it just kind of happened so quickly?
I froze in fear, dude. I didn't want to go outside of fear, being abducted myself, man. This thing scared me. But I believe in UFOs, whether they're extraterrestrial or, man-made, that still seems to, be defined. But this thing was unlike any plane, helicopter, none of that. It had no engines, no noise, nothing on the outside but lights.
This TR-3B, people call it a TR-3B, reverse engineered technology possibility from Area 51, recovered technology from the 947 Roswell crash. Whatever it is, I'm not saying it's alien, but, something that we're not aware of. It's a UFO, in my opinion. And, the military has things that we don't even know about. We won't even see this stuff till another 40 years goes by. You know what? I'm going to bring in a Facebook submitter. She submitted a video to us and photographs, and I wanted Stacy to just talk on Third Phase Moon's behalf, it's the first time we've ever spoken, but how did it roll when you made contact with us sharing your footage? Go ahead, Stacy.
Hi, Blake. How you doing?
Hey, doing good tonight. Thanks for calling in. By the way, she got some amazing footage of some of this LA event, and we're going to be giving credit as we roll. Go ahead.
Yeah, when I was coming out of the store in the parking lot, and my husband got out of the car to meet me, and he's like, what the hell is that? And I happened to have my camera in my purse. So as I was looking up, it seemed like, to me, it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It seemed like there was a flashlight, a ginormous flashlight, shining down from the sky. And I couldn't get my camera out fast enough, but I did catch a lot of the footage. I've never seen anything like it. Didn't make any sounds, didn't make any noise. And it was the footage I posted up on your Facebook page. But I was like freaking out. I couldn't even imagine what the hell was that? You know what I mean?
Well,
I've never seen anything like it.
Stacy Rogers made contact. She was almost, I think she was in second place. We received a photograph as somebody just, was reporting they didn't capture it, but then you were the first that submitted right here. You said, last night, 6 p.m., I took these photos along with a video on November 7th, 2015, while standing in a parking lot off the grocery store in Downey, California. Right. And this picture is kind of amazing. And then right after that, you send the video. And I think within an hour or so, we were sharing this to the world, and all of a sudden, people started to know. Tens of thousands of people saw this, and then were flooded. And, Stacey, how did you even come across Third Phase Moon and reached out to, did you reach out to anybody else with this?
Yeah, I sent all my friends on Facebook, of course, and I think I'm a crazy nut. But I've been a fan for over a year. My husband and I follow your Facebook page, and we watch all your videos that you post. And we're very interested. And, of course, we believe in extraterrestrials. And we love your Facebook page. We love your show.
Wow. Your husband I could hear your husband in the background. Is he there? Did he see the event as well?
He's there.
Was he there?
Yeah, he was a witness to the event. Uh-huh.
Oh, wow. I want to ask your husband a question real quick.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Blake.
Hey, thanks for joining us. Missile or, or something that we're not aware of what's going on with this video. Are you going to believe what they tell us on the media? Yeah.
I don't know what to believe, but I didn't see a trail as if it were a missile. I mean, it was just a light, and that's, when it looked like it was opening up like a portal. I've worked in commercial aviation for about 11 years as a mechanic at the LA airport, and I've never seen anything like it.
Well, there you go.
So
there you go.
I would like to believe that it was not a Triton missile, but if it was a Triton missile, then what was the purpose? I don't see any purpose in shooting anything off like that, like it's going to deter anyone. I think it was a random event that took place, and they're using a Trident missile as a cover-up.
Wow.
But that's just my opinion.
That's just your opinion, and exactly. And that's what I think Third Phase Moon's about, is people's opinions. I trust the eyewitness in the videos. And 850, I didn't get your name, but yeah, that's how Third Phase Moon is. And welcome to Third Phase, and I hope you tag along for the ride as this ongoing phenomenon, UFO phenomenon, happens pretty much on a daily basis. We get it all the time.
Yes, it's an eyewitness testimony, and I don't think it's a coincidence that I live near Herbert Field, the largest Air Force base in the world. I don't think it's a coincidence that this alien craft or UFO was flying around near it. Basically, flying with impunity, it looked like. It didn't look like it was scared of anything or nothing, just going along, crossing over my trees, didn't look worried about a thing.
Yeah, I don't think they worry about a little old us down here. You know, they got their own agendas. Whomever, whatever they are. You know what? We're going to get to another caller. Let's bring him in. 570, you live, Third Phase of Moon. Welcome to the show. 570, you there? Going once? Going twice? We got about 570. He's out of here. Let's get to area code. Did we try area code? 562? We'll go for it. 562, you're live, Third Phase of Moon.
I hope
Hello?
you're not talking to me. Hello?
Oh, yeah, we're talking to you. Who are you?
You're talking to me again. It's Stacy Rogers.
Oh, Stacy. Stacy's back.
Hi.
You know,
how you doing?
Hey, doing good. Just someone. There's a. Let's see. 214. You there? Did we bring 214 on? 214. You there?
You talking to me?
Do it live, that's for sure.
Yeah, we got 214 there. Yeah, we're talking to 214 now. Welcome back, or welcome. Did you just call in? I'm not sure. We're getting our lines mixed up right now. Welcome to the show.
I'm listening to the show. They said, are you talking to me?
Yeah, we're talking to you, man.
Oh, great. The Friday before that, big stuff happened in California. I'm in Dallas-Fort Worth area. And I was leaving work from Fort Worth, and I was talking to my sister, and it looked like spotlights up in the sky, like, you know, when they had grand openings. So I didn't think anything of it. Well, the closer I got to it, it looked like they were coming sideways because it was cloudy on that day because it had been raining. And it was looking like there was a spotlight on top of the cloud laying sideways, and it was going like a back and forth erratic type. And so I was driving, so I couldn't really get a good video of it, but what kind of freaked me out was that my sister, that was 35 minutes away, all the way in Dallas, she could see the exact same thing that I was seeing. She could see these lights going back and forth up in the sky. And then the next day, we see this big, huge event, and I have a question about that right there. If this was a Trident missile, why was it unannounced that it was being fired? Were they firing at something, or was the U.S. trying to flex their muscles to show them what we got going out there?
Well, you know, that's a good question. As it rains cats and dogs right here in our home base, Hawaii, so we're going to try and control the weather, shut the windows. Wow, it's coming down strong. But, you know, what Stacy Rogers captured, and Stacy's back here with us, is some of this after the event. There's this weird-looking cloud trail of whatever it is. I'm kind of concerned what this plasmic thing kind of sprayed over the continent. It seemed like it was going inland. Wasn't that the case, Stacy?
Totally inland.
Yeah. Yeah, you got these photographs. There's like this, you know, like a rainbow at night and all these weird colors and whatever that is. I don't think it's fairy sprinkle dust, whatever this is. You know, I'm just saying.
I don't think so.
And if you can see it from Texas and Arizona and other states, it looked like to me it was leaving the atmosphere. Really, it was really high. You know, we thought it was local here to the Los Angeles area, like it was off of the ocean. But if people in other areas, you know, inland as far as Las Vegas, Nevada,
Arizona,
Texas,
and now Texas
can see it. Yeah, that wouldn't be no Trident missile. I mean, you don't even see, you know, the space shuttle launches that far. So this is something bigger than I think a lot of people, you know, might actually think. So
and there you have it from my husband.
Perfect. You know, that's exactly right. The thing was so massive that you would have. Let's get down to. I'm not a mathematician or, you know, an expert in this, but yeah, how would you say it if there was a launch? You wouldn't see it. How many miles away is it approximately? From,
oh my God!
Arizona,
from Florida, forget it. It's like far.
400
Florida.
About 400.
At least.
It was seen in Florida.
No.
I mean, I'm just saying, people are seeing this thing from everywhere, and it's like, we don't see the launches that are coming from out of Florida or Texas. We don't see those, but yet people from Texas are seeing this thing that we saw
in California.
Maybe
this thing had to be massive.
Yeah, as far as Texas, so. And then the blanket of whatever this stuff is, the curtain. Seemed like straight out of a movie. It seemed like a movie to me. Like, okay, the day afterwards, you better watch out because everybody's going to start turning into zombies. In its own sense, it seems like this is like straight out of a Hollywood movie. You would have thought that they would have gave us a heads up. And why are they shooting and having these, if that's what they say it is, having it over our homeland? It doesn't make much sense.
That's what I have to say. I really don't believe the government would go that far. I really don't. I mean, I know our government's crooked, and I know our government lies and covers shit up, but I don't think they would shoot, Trident missiles over people.
Well, one thing I'm just more curious about is why people don't even, they really don't care. Everybody's forgotten about this. Third phase of moon.
Not me.
I know, and there's a lot of people that, I think this has been a record right here at Third Phase Moon because people were so worked up over this that a lot of people came to see what the people were talking about along with the videos with permission granted, as always, there's records-breaking masses of people want to find out, and now they're asking a big question. But the main media, maybe they don't want to talk about it. Not exactly sure. We're going to get to another caller, and stand by. Yeah, I like Stacy because her opinion is from an eyewitness, people. And that's what it's all about. 706, you're live, Third Phase Moon. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Blake. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
I would like to submit an opinion.
Okay.
Think about this. We are experiencing planet-wide, and have been for the last 15 years, magnetic fluxes in our planet. We've also had things happening on the sun that have been shooting magnetic rays at us in high quantities. Recently, the aurora borealis was seen as far down as Illinois. The thing that you're describing was seen as far away as Texas. There is something going on, and if you think about UFOs and otherworldly people, you got to ask yourself, are we being watched? Why are we being watched? And do they give a damn about us? Our planet is genuinely going to upheave something soon, and I think that was some sort of monitoring device deployed. Certain particles can pick up magnetism in the atmosphere, in the stratosphere, and I think that's exactly what they were doing. Magnetic fluxes recently in Georgia, where I'm at, and they're pretty amazing. They show up suddenly without warning and then disappear. In the last 10 years, I personally know that we've shifted on our axis about 11 degrees. Most people don't talk about it because they're afraid it would cause planet-wide panic, but it's the truth. That's actually happened. One of the reasons our weather is so crazy is because of that. They've been predicting for years that our poles are going to magnetically flop, and they predicted all kinds of things that were going to happen to us as that occurred. That's my opinion.
What was your name again?
Dorothy. You've talked to me before.
Hey, Dorothy. Welcome to the show, and good talking to you again. These theories are big, and we've been waiting for it. A lot of people have been saying this is going to happen, this polar shift, and all of a sudden, hang on for a ride. We're going to be moving pretty much for 4 days at about 30 miles an hour on our land. It's going to be a wild ride, but that hasn't happened yet. But scientists say it has happened in the past. So when that day comes, and then, Dorothy, we're probably not going to be talking anytime soon.
No.
And,
I would like to challenge everybody who has an iPhone. Serious Disclosure has a app, and if you download it onto your phone, it has a magnetometer, and anybody can use it, and it really does work. And play with it and see what happens. Turn it on several times during the day and see if you start getting readings and for how long, and keep a log of what's going on, and then report back to them because they are tracking this. And you should do that. because it's becoming more and more frequent now, seriously more frequent.
Well, yeah, I'd have to agree with Dorothy on that big time, because we could see right here at Third Phase of Moon with all the videos that are coming in at a fast rate, and this weather phenomenon, whether you call it HARP or CERN, are they playing with the weather? Is it weaponized? Is it alien? I don't know, but all I could tell you is the videos that we're getting are insane. This rainbow, they call it the fire rainbow. Look up your spectrums on how a rainbow should progress in colors on the spectrum scale. This rainbow, it doesn't make sense. It just there's rules of physics and spectrums, and this one's breaking the rules. We're going to bring in area code 619. I think Kelly, San Diego. You there? 619. You there?
Blake, can you hear me?
Well, it's not Kelly, but it's somebody from San Diego, and I hear you. What's your name, Matt?
Blake, it's Matthew. I sent you the footage from the beginning of the sighting in California.
Absolutely. Welcome back to the show. Lots happened. We even got some more videos from the public as we just went live to the show, and we're hoping they call in, but there's credits all below. Matt, actually, we talked today because I can't really say it, but there was a major network interested in your show to promote something big coming up, because they have their eyes on Third Phase of Moon, and we'll see on how that goes. Your shot was quite incredible because you captured it from the beginning. What's the word on the street now, 1 week after the aftermath, or 5, I think, no, it's, almost a week. We're getting phone calls as we speak. Go ahead, Matt.
Well, I mean, just from all the people that I showed the footage to, they definitely noticed that there was a blinking light at the very beginning, at the tail end of that thing, and there was just, it was out of the ordinary. And like I said before, I've seen rockets shot off, and a lot of people said there was no sound. There definitely was no sound, and
You said Matt, early in the video, there's anomalies going on early on in the video. I'll see if I can edit this while we're doing this live on Third Phase of Moon. What was this anomaly?
It was just a blinking orb, like right after, at the beginning of the video, you can see that it looks like almost like a comet shooting from the back of the mountain. But at the tail end of that, the way it looks like a comet, there's a blinking light that keeps going, I'd probably say for about 100 yards behind it, and then it finally blinks out.
Well, I'm going to try and pull that up and see if we could get a closer look at that. Matt, what he captured was, a genuine, I love the reactions from the people. We've seen a lot of videos from different angles, and we're going to try and share as much video as this event has come in and leave it up to the people to decide what it is. But what do you think about the blanket that kind of covered pretty much all of Southern California and inland? I don't know. That's what did it seem like it covered inland?
Well, definitely, and I think that's kind of the weird part about it. If they're saying that they shot it over the Pacific Ocean, if this was a rocket test, whatever they want to call it, why was it coming east? Because I'm east of the ocean, and if people saw in Arizona, Utah, New Mexico, you name it, Arizona, I mean, how is that possible?
Some people are trying to say that it is possible, but I don't think it is. And if anybody wants to crunch the numbers, please by all means crunch it, and we'll see if they work out. That's not my expertise, but I'm sure there's people out there that could do that, and they're listening right now. That's right. That's right. That's right. We're all open-minded here. We just want to find out. You know what? We're going to go to break. We're going to go back. We're going to get back to taking callers from around the world. This is Third Phase Moon Radio. We'll be right back.
Thanks, Blake.
Every Friday night, people are sharing their experiences, and last week was a big one, and it's still reverberating around the world. People still have not heard about this, and they're really, quite frankly, in some places, not interested. I would be. I'd be asking the big questions, because my question is, why would they do this over the population? If that's what it looks like to all the eyewitnesses, every one of them said that this is whatever it was going inland, right? So hey, I'm going to believe the public. We're going to get to another caller that hopefully we get some UFO sightings, some new videos. 424, you're live, Third Phase of Moon. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hello. Hi there.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, my name is Carlos.
Hey, Carlos, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I sent you a video earlier today. You know, I was out here in California regarding November 7th on Saturday towards that light on the sky. Man, it was kind of trippy when I was first coming out. I was looking towards south, towards the ocean, because I'm in Thirdphaseofmoon Gardena, looking towards like San Pedro. And then
okay,
I
hold on a sec, Carlos. I just wanted to confirm that we're getting the video, so we make sure that we give you the credit. May I share this video that you submitted? Is it coming in from Rosalina?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, okay, we got the video, and yeah, you're at a party, it seems like, so we're going to have to keep them. We can't play the music, but yeah, it seems like a lot of people were there. Quite an event.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for submitting it.
You're right. We were out on a Saturday. I'm telling you, we were out having a party and stuff. And I was heading to the store to go buy some ice. When I looked towards my right, towards the city of San Pedro, since I'm in the city of Gardena. And I look up to the sky. I first thought it was like an artillery shell, like a firework up going. But then I kept looking, and I saw it was like a shooting star, but with fire. And it kept going up, after it was going south, they turned towards west, towards the other side. And then I was looking, while I look at it more, it kept going until it just stopped. And then it just split in two. When it split in two, that's when the light, it first made like a whole explosion. And then it started going like a wave, like a weird wave. I don't know if you can see it on the video. After it gets that wave, you can see the light come out. And then in the tip of it, I saw like a little triangle. It was like a triangle with like lights go up the sky, like pretty fast, like in quick seconds. And it stood there for a while. And then when I was trying to zoom into my phone, my other phone, I wasn't able to capture it, but I saw like 3 more dots on top of that one. And then I was just, I was tripping out because I had never seen like that, but I don't think it was a missile or what the people said. I think that was a UFO.
Well, it is a UFO in my opinion, and there's a lot of people that really can't explain what they saw, and I don't think they're buying what the official word is. So, do you buy it from what you saw, your video? First impressions, obviously, hey, this is... Go ahead.
I don't buy none of that stuff, To be real, I think that's something that, they're just trying to hide it from us.
There's some clicking coming in on your audio. Can you stop that, or where's that coming from? There you go.
Okay.
Stop.
Hello? Can you hear me better?
Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. I'm not trying to buy that story because, I'm telling you, there was over 100 people out in the street when this event was going, and then everybody got to see. So there was different videos captured from different angles. And then I had family, friends, and I kept looking through the videos, and everybody kept seeing the same thing, and some people saw the same stuff I saw. But before the explosion happened with the big light, there was it was like a space shuttle, turning colors and stuff. And then once that disappeared, that's when that big bright light came out.
Yeah, it's little static coming in, but yeah, it's pretty much the same story from the public that we're getting right here at Third Phase of Moon is that, there's these strange colors, the aftermath, the after effects, and that it didn't make any noise. It was slow. It didn't seem like it was moving at any speed. It had this triangular-shaped object on it, and there's a lot of strange activity during that as well. There's a lot of pieces of the puzzle coming together. There's a lot of misstatements from the press, from I think the spokesmen themselves about whether or not this was a trident or not. There's still no major announcement or justifiable explanation for why it happened. No, we had some caller issues. We're inviting the callers to call back. We had one coming in from area code 310. While we do that, we're going to go to break. This is Third Phase of Moon, Blake Cousins. We'll be right back. Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins here taking calls from around the world. We're just about up on our time right here. I think we got time for one more caller, and then we're going to go down the line. with the rest of the callers if they got any last statement to the world right now. Third Phase of Moon Radio taking calls. Let's get to area code 952. I think we got Betsy on. Betsy, you got some news for us? You have a guest?
Well, I did have a guest, Blake, but no, I just walked home because I didn't think you were going to get to me.
Well, I got to you.
Yep. I know you did now. I just walked home, and we had two guests. Another gentleman who has a flare who's been picking up the same things that I've been picking up in my backyard for a couple of years.
Hold on a sec. Wait, let's just notify the new listeners and the people that may not know Betsy's story. She's been visited. She's got a lot of evidence that's coming to her face out. She's got experts or apparently UFO hunters bringing their FLIR cameras, night vision, and they're capturing the same thing. What?
Yep, and they live in the same area as 763 and 612 that have been calling in. We all live in the same general area, and they all were here, and they just left because the show was ending, and we didn't think you were going to get to me.
Oh, well.
So I just walked.
Well, we're always here. We're always here every Friday. You know that, right?
I know. I'm sorry. We waited, and you know,
okay.
We don't want to wait any longer. So.
You know, it was a good show tonight. And we got a lot of good stuff, and we're always here. We're not going anywhere, Becky.
Thank you, dear.
Thank you.
You guys have.
We'll maybe get her in next week, and she could give me a little bit more heads up, so we're ready to go. And it's not Betsy's fault. It's not anybody's fault. It's just the way it goes. And you know, that's the way I like it. We're gonna close it up with last statements here. We're gonna go to area code 5682, Stacy. You know,
yeah.
Wow, appreciate you joining us tonight, and you know, being one of the first people right on it to submit this event over Los Angeles.
We love your show, Blake.
Well, we love people like you that watch us and have their eyes on the skies. And a lot of people out there, they're just waiting to get on Third Phase of Moon. I know, because they want to share their UFO video. And you know what? You just got to wait, and then the timing is right. It's up there.
You got it right. It was amazing. It was totally amazing. I was taken by surprise. I'm so glad I had my camera. And the first thing I thought of was Third Phase of the Moon.
Wow. That just puts a big smile on my face. Because, you know, I love just covering breaking news as best as we possibly can. We might have missed a couple people that we didn't get to share their footage. But, you know, we try to share as much as possible. Stacy, again, thanks for joining us, and keep your eyes on the skies, okay?
You're welcome, and thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. And the husband there, he had some good testimony, definitely. And I believe his insight and opinion. 850, any last words? And thanks for joining us at Third Phase.
Yes, I have something to say about that monitoring that the one lady brought up about extraterrestrials maybe monitoring our planet. Are they monitoring our planet to see who we are or what we are, or are they monitoring our planet to, like, for their resources, you know? Like, are they taking our resources or something like that? So I'm just a little confused on why they'd be monitoring us. Maybe they're making their presence known. Maybe they know there's going to be a climate change and maybe want to save us. Who knows? So I'm just a little surprised, you know, about all these sightings on a mass scale that are happening, and we might be heading towards a climate change. And it just seems to be a little too coincidental that all this is happening right now.
Wow, you know, that's a fair enough question, and people need to ask these big questions. Is it a coincidence? I don't think so. And I agree with the caller. 214 is any last words?
Yeah, I think it's more of them monitoring our development as the human race, more as them wanting to take our resources or minerals or whatever. Because I think if they're that advanced, they don't need anything from us. They just want to make sure we don't blow each other up and destroy ourselves before we can reach the potential that they see that we have.
Well, what's been going down today. I wouldn't mind some intervention and whoever they are, blow some people up that aren't doing some good things. There's a lot of bad people out there, and what's going on in Paris, and around the world as it spreads, this thing needs to be stopped. And I wouldn't mind them stepping in on this situation. They don't want us to blow us up with this nuclear weaponry, and they're going to hopefully step in if that ever comes in. And I think they've already have. Come on, guys. You guys could come down now and step in and stop this madness, in my opinion. Area code 619. With that, any last words? Third Phase of Moon.
Hey, Blake, it's Matthew.
Yeah, so what do you think about this? Wouldn't you mind that Hellions stepping in and going after these bad guys already and stopping this madness? These guys are a bunch of kooks, if you ask me.
Well, I think the bottom line is, if they came down, it would just be a worldwide awakening, and I think many things would stop, and many things would change. It would almost be like a shock and awe. Like, whoa, you're here.
Yeah. Exactly.
We need to stop the madness.
I think so. And the shock and awe, I think we've all seen shock and awe. And how about something good for a change already? How about a Jetson mobile so we could fly around to and hang out with each other? And maybe we could hang out in a blink of an eye in a transportation device and go, hey, we're here. Now, for free.
Beam me up, Scotty. Yeah.
Beam me up, Scotty. I'm ready for that shock and awe. Yep.
Me too.
Right, Matt. Hey, man, we'll keep in touch, and thanks for calling in, man. And that video.
Love you guys.
Amazing shot.
Love you guys.
All right, Matt. Wow, that's cool. Let's, we got one caller in, I think, and we got a few minutes left. 520. Welcome to the show.
Hey, am I on the air?
Yes, you are. Third Phase of Moon.
I'm
Welcome.
Sorry, I thank you. I thought I was just listening to the radio show. Thanks so much for taking my call. How are you guys?
Hey, we're doing, under the circumstances today in Paris, we're here safe and sound and taking callers from around the world. We're doing pretty good, but our prayers are out there. Sweet.
Listen, to a couple of your callers, I think Dorothy was one of the callers that was talking about the boom sounds and the earth shaking, and then your last caller talking about...
We have actually Dorothy on the line as well. She's here.
Hey, Dorothy. You were the one that was talking about the boom sounds and the earth shaking, and
yes, ma'am.
You've got Stephen Greer's little seismometer on your phone.
Magnometer, yes.
Magnometer. I was listening to a lecture that Linda Moulton Howe just did on YouTube, and if you Google her name, she does this 3-hour lecture. She had interviewed, and it's also on her website at earthfiles.com, where she has taken all that information from around the world, and she called this scientist, and he does geological studies, and I think he's a scientist for NASA, if I remember correctly. And she does this whole 3-hour video where they talk about the Earth core and the changes that are happening right now with it. They're studying it. And it was so informative as to understanding what the boom sounds could possibly be, because the government finally got involved because it's because of the Earth changes and the climate change. And I guess they were talking about Germany had just lost their last ice cap. What is it? I can't think of it right now. But anyway, that's her. If you can just Google her, and it's this lecture that she just did. I mean, it just came out.
I already know what it is. I've heard it. I've heard it. It's basically, the boom sounds are basically the government's calling it atmospheric. And when you have a really heavy atmosphere and there's a lot of noise, ambient noise within that sphere, of weather, it vibrates back. Sound gains speed coming back down. When it goes out, it slows down, but when it comes down, it speeds up. And what those sounds they're saying is noise that has accumulated within the sphere of weather, and it's being shot back down at us when we hear it because it's sound. I agree with this. This is
Dorothy,
a very good explanation for that.
Dorothy, we're running short on time. Any last words? And obviously, Linda Moulton has a lot of research, and you might want to check into that. But we've had her on the show, and
right.
We
what you've seen the videos of is definitely ET. That is not our stuff. And they are watching us. They've been watching us for eons. We have a lot to learn, and we have a lot to do with ourselves to make contact with them. In other words, they're not going to talk to us until they think we're worthy. And what we're going through right now, all the terrorism and everything, it's a really big example of why they're not here yet, or at least letting us know they're here. We also have a government that is paranoid to the point that they lie to us constantly.
They got to stop this right now. And so we could, you want to get beamed up? Do you want to get on a Jetson Mobile? Obviously, what's happening now is slowing this so we can't get to this, right?
Exactly.
They're slowing this down. We got to get there. Dorothy, hey, thanks for joining us on Third Phase Moon. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks.
We're going to get to area code 424. Thanks for calling in. I think we got one last caller, and before we get to it, but got any last words? We're going to get to, let's see, 424. I don't think we're going to get to him, but there's an unlisted caller in, and we're going to take her shot here. Speak up. You there?
Hello?
Yeah. Gotcha.
Hello?
You hear me?
Yeah. This
All right. Speak.
This Third Phase of Moon.
Yeah, it is. It's Blake Cousins, Third Phase. Can you speak up a little bit? What's going on, man? What's your name?
My name's Tawan.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear now?
Yeah, I hear you. What's going on? We got a few minutes here at Third Phase of Moon. You got something you want to share with the world right now?
Yeah, that the so-called UFOs, they really come from heaven. I know a lot of people don't believe in God, but that's what they is. They call the chariots of heaven. They really chariots. Yeah, and that's what they is. Yeah, they spoke about in the Bible. It said wheel within a wheel in Ezekiel. In the Bible verse Ezekiel, the first chapter, it said wheel in a wheel. And most times the chariots, the UFOs, they look like a circle. They come in like a circle. That's what they are, just to let it be known out there, because that's what they are. They call the chariot of Israel.
Wow, man. That's thanks for sharing. And there's a lot of people that agree with you. Let me tell you, I know, because we have a lot of emails, a lot of people that watch Third Phase of Moon, and they believe that there's something to do with this religion called Christianity, Muhammad, whatever you want to believe, God, Buddha. It's all out there. They've been talking about it for thousands of years. People have witnessed these objects in the skies over planet Earth. The people from around the world, people that are in charge, need to realize that we're not as dumb as you think we are. We know from history and eyewitness testimony and facts in literature, even in the Bible, as the last caller stated, that we're not alone. Third Phase Moon Radio is going to be back next week, Friday, taking callers from around the world. Again, it's a new time change. New York, if you're in New York, it's 11 p.m. Los Angeles, it'll start at 8 p.m. And if you're here in Hawaii, it's going to be the regular time, as always, 6 p.m. Everybody join us. Share your UFO testimony and videos. When you do it, you're sharing it with the world right here at Third Phase of Moon. And be sure to check out our YouTube channel with this radio broadcast, because you're going to see all the videos that we're submitting. So that's pretty amazing. As always, permission granted. And if you've captured anything amazing, submit it to Third Phase Moon via Facebook. Go to our About page on our YouTube channel. Our email's there. Blake Cousins standing by. Keep your eyes on the skies, everybody. You know what? I know that we're not alone. Blake Cousins. We'll see everybody again next time.